GMO plants have been thrust into the global spotlight. People argue over them, big corps are pushing them aggressively, governments try to regulate them, and farmers depend on them for more money. But have you ever stopped for a second to wonder how the first GMO plant came into existence? Who invented it, and why? This is the true origin story of how GMOs were invented. The invention of GMOs goes way back to 1971, when a scientist named Dr. Ananda Mohan Chakrabarty was working for General Electric. His big project wasn't about plants at all. It was actually about bacteria. He made a historic scientific breakthrough by engineering a microbe that could eat oil spills, which sounded like science fiction at the time. Excited by the discovery, he tried to get it patented so he could reap the financial glory. But then came the big problem. The U.S. Patent Office rejected his filing, stating, "Living things cannot be owned." But Dr. Ananda didn't back down. He wasn't taking no for an answer. So he pushed his case higher and higher until it reached the U.S. Supreme Court. Then finally, he got the ruling he was looking for in 1980, when the justices made a historic ruling which stated, if humans create or modify a living organism, it can be patented. At first glance, it looked like a win for just one scientist and his bacteria. But in reality, that decision opened the door to something far bigger than anyone could imagine at the time. For the first time in history, plant scientists had the legal green light to experiment with altering DNA and knew that their discoveries would not only guarantee more money, but most importantly, they would be protected. So by 1983, just 3 years after the ruling, researchers from Monsanto and Washington University achieved a scientific milestone. They created the world's first GMO plant, a tobacco plant with new genetic traits. This was a proof of concept, showing that plant DNA could be changed on purpose. It was the spark that lit the GMO revolution. Then came the leap into food. In 1994, the Flavr Savr tomato arrived on supermarket shelves in the United States. It wasn't designed for any humanitarian purpose like fighting pests or surviving drought. No! It was all about the money. Its main feature was simple: stay fresh longer on shelves without going soft too quickly. After that, things moved fast. By the mid-1990s, GMO soybeans and corn were introduced, this time engineered to resist herbicides and pests. Farmers embraced them because they promised bigger harvests and fewer crop losses. Over time, other GMO crops followed. Rice designed to carry more nutrients, papayas that resisted viruses, and even potatoes that could bruise less. Looking back, it's fascinating to think that a fight over one tiny oil-eating bacterium in the 1970s led to a worldwide transformation in farming and food. Every GMO plant we see today, from cornfields in the U.S. to papaya farms in Asia, owes its existence to that single Supreme Court case and the persistence of Dr. Ananda. But beyond the horizon, something very sinister is beginning to brew out of the very core of GMOs. Something so dreadful that it could possibly cripple nations and perform genocide at levels never seen before. Do you know what that is? Comment part 2 if you would like to know more about it.